He was a failure. He was a monumental failure. The first year, 2015, we signed Revis back. We got Marcus Gilchrist and Buster Screen and Antonio Cromartie. We drafted Leo. And we had Wilkerson and Sheldon Richardson and Snacks Harrison and all these guys. Right? So we had a good year. We brought in Brandon Marshall. We had Eric Decker. Oh, man. Fitzpatrick. And the magic of all that got us a pretty good year. But as is standard for us, we ended up losing in the last game to Rex Ryan's Buffalo Bills. Little, yee, take that, Jets fans. Like, that's how it goes, right? Yeah! What's up? Look at all you guys in here. I want to just give a big, lovingly warm hug-style shout-out to the early crowd. You guys are incredible, man. I came in here like a half hour ago, and you guys were already in here for 15 minutes hanging out. And I just think that's totally killer. I think you guys are awesome sausages. Every single one of you is a little tiny, freshly wrapped, individual, awesome sausage. What do you guys think of that, huh? So I'm psyched, man. I don't know if you guys saw the Instagram post. We have a nice, an interesting one that was put together by you guys. I put a poll out in my YouTube community post, and you guys told me which one you wanted to see. So we're going to do it that way. But as we did last week, I'm going to bring in our guest, our co-host for this show. You guys had a good time with him last week. I heard as much from your comments. Let's bring Jimmy in. This is Jets by Jimmy. He is also one of the hosts of the Weapons Hot Jets show on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Download the app and you can get just a smorgasbord of sports radio shows. And obviously the one Jimmy comes from is Weapons Hot. So Jim, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Oh, man, I've been looking forward to this all day, my friend. Like all week. All week. I'm just like, let's do this. Like my work day today dragged. I was sitting there staring at the clock, and it's over now, brother. It's over. We're going to talk some Jets football. We're going to talk some draft. We're going to talk some free agency. It's going to be great.
Yeah, dude. Well, look, I'm happy that your work day is over. I'm going to share with you that I don't work. I literally don't work. I woke up, I was up till about 3 a.m. last night. I was editing my podcast for release today, and I woke up at like 9. I did school with my kids, and then I hung out and did nothing all day. So how's that? I'm sorry that you had that day. My days are significantly different. I don't even know what to do.
You've earned your bones, brother. You've earned your bones. I'm still earning mine.
There you go. So,
Robbie,
hey, man.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you for that.
Good shit. I know they love you, man. I had a few comments that said, I really liked you guys together. I liked Jimmy. So that's why you're back. I like having you here, too. I think it's really helpful. So look at all these guys. Mess is back. Terry Monroe, Robbie Oak, Joe Montori's here. Big Green, Liam Riordan, Chad Velasquez, all these guys are here. Eddie DeJesus, Frankie Petro, Curly Norman. Look at that. Yow, Curly Norman. That's right. By Steve Becker. Everybody's here. The Machine, Matthew Ewell, Gitmo Bob, everybody.
Derek, George what's up? I saw your comment. Sorry.
Yeah, man. Kyle Donkersloot. Is that your real last name? Because I fucking love it. If it is, I love it. So I'm going to put this up. I'm going to share my screen and let you guys know. If you didn't see the Instagram post or the tweet, I'm going to let you guys know what we're going to do. This is a little bit different than we've done. Usually we picked one item and rolled with that. This week, we're going to do two. So we're going to combine two items. One is the Deshaun Watson trade, and the other is going to be the Sam Darnold trade. So we're actually going to do both, which is kind of cool. So this is what it looks like right here. Okay. So as you guys can see, this is what we're getting. Let me take Donkersloot's comment off there so you can see it. Kyle Donkersloot. Did he tell me? Is that his? It is, dude. That's the best last name I've ever heard, dude. I'm not even kidding. I now love you. Right. Donkersloot. Dude, that's
No
real. We're not
sarcasm
messing.
there. That's epic.
None.
No
That's
sarcasm.
epic. Right. Thank your parents for that stuff.
Dude,
So, guys, this is what we're going to do. We are going to act as if the Jets traded for Deshaun Watson. What we gave up for Deshaun Watson is tonight's second overall pick and the 34th overall pick. We were able to retain our 23rd, which is Seattle's first. And we gave them a couple picks next, 2022 first and a 2023 first. Those picks obviously will not affect us tonight. Now, the other side of that is we went ahead and traded with the Washington football team. So we traded we traded Sam Darnold and a 2021 third to this year's third. I'm sorry. I think I might not have done that right. But anyway, we traded Sam Darnold to the Washington football team for their pick 18, which is just it's looking like that's actually a possibility, Jimmy. Did you hear that? That the Washington is one of the more aggressive suitors. And there's also a guy, he might be in here, Thor. He texted me earlier, and he's from the Maryland area, and he told me that the Maryland sports radio stations are all over this, and they're thinking it's legit. They're thinking that Sam Darnold might go to Washington.
Was that Thor talking to you on Instagram? Because I saw that comment on Instagram.
Yeah, that's where it was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he mentioned that to me a little while ago. He said, "Hey, so I was pretty surprised to see that."
I think Ben Kiley, if we trade Sam and a pick to Washington football team for their first rounder, would you go to Houston and say take our 3 first this year for Deshaun?
Yeah.
That if you want to do that, this is the year to do that, Ben. And the reason being is because of all the COVID nonsense and everything that's been going on, all the opt-outs, the very limited tape on these young players coming in. So if you were going to do it like that, this would be the year to do it. I don't think Joe Douglas would want it. If he can, I was thinking like if you gave away our 2 first-round picks this year, trade Darnold separately to Washington or New Orleans, sneak back into the first round. Tell me how much of a steal that would be to sneak back into the first round with Deshaun Watson with $90 million in cap space after we get Deshaun Watson, by the way, guys. Just saying.
Think about that. So that's how this goes, man. It's like when you have the ability to think larger scale, when you have the ability to think long term, a lot of our GMs have felt the pressure to save their asses. They always felt like they were not good enough to maintain a legitimate plan, and therefore they were always worried about losing their jobs. And that's why they always made these huge splashes, overpaying for big name free agents. Joe Douglas isn't doing any of that stuff. So what he's doing is he's able to intelligently and methodically look at this. And if we could get Sam Darnold to Washington for the 18th pick and then use the things that you were just talking about, we have so many options. So many options. So for tonight, we're going to stick with what we see here. If we do take any other trades, we're going to be open for business tonight. If you guys want to trade, we'll trade. But anyway, let's get this started. So just one more time, we're trading for Deshaun Watson. So we have our quarterback, guys. We don't need to draft Kyle Trask in the third or anything. We also lost our second round pick along with the second overall pick, and we gained pick 18 and lost our second third, which was pick 86. Okay, you ready to do it? All right, let's do this now. Now I'm going to share my screen with the other thing over here. All right, let's see. All right, guys, here we go. So let us do this.
I also have the current salary cap pulled up on my end, GB.
Ooh, you do, huh?
Do. I'm ready to go. I told you I've been excited for this.
Yeah, I know. I love it. It's funny. Guys, just before we get rolling, Jimmy and I were talking. We think we're going to do a full mock off season, everything. The whole kit and caboodle.
Dollar for dollar.
With dollars, right. Dollar for dollar. So we'll let you know when that's happening. So let's get this thing started. Let's see what these Jacksonville Jaguars do. Look at it. Oh, look at the Texans. They took Jalen Waddle. Are you kidding me?
Jalen Waddle after
They
getting
don't.
rid of Deshaun.
Yeah, well, they don't know. They think they still have him. So look at this. Okay, so now let me ask you guys. Remember, we have Deshaun Watson. So who is it that we're thinking? Start to get that in your heads. We're getting 3 trade offers, though. Let's look at these first. We'll decide if we want to take them, and then we'll get into the players positionally and the names of the guys you like. So the
I think
Rams
you
are
could tell
coming
the
in.
Rams to kick rocks with that one.
I know. Look, this isn't going to help us tonight, Rams. Let's move on from the Rams. It's a little too far. You got 49 and 79. It's funny that Washington 7th isn't real either. I would have to change it because that's what I used to get the trade going for whatever. But anyway, this one, I don't know if I'd want to move back to 49 either. I'll listen to you guys if you do. But let's look at the other one. Wait a minute. 49. Okay, now we're getting there. So pick 39, we would gain 73 in a 2022 second round pick. So what are you guys thinking? Is this anything that you guys would be interested in?
E-Rock says no trade. Gitmo Bob, no. I'm with you guys. I don't want to go out of the first round. We have too much money to play with. Like what I'm saying is it's going to be more expensive with multiple first round picks as far as cap goes, but we have that money to spend, so I don't want to sacrifice that.
Right.
Especially
go on.
Oh, I was just saying, especially when we just pick up Deshaun Watson and still have those 2 that are 3 picks apart. Man.
Yeah. Right. So we don't want to, I think it'd be one thing if it was a super sweet offer.
Sure.
But we just traded back in. We just gave away for our second overall pick to get here. So I'd like to get somebody blue chipish.
Right.
So guys, who are we thinking? Remember, we got Deshaun Watson, so our quarterback is filled just as if we took Fields or Wilson or whoever with our number 2 overall pick. So I'm going to go ahead and reject these.
Yeah, not even a first round, not even a next year first round.
I know. They're out of their minds. So who do we want, guys? Do we want to go guard? Do you want to go corner? Do you want to go edge? Their big board is saying Rashawn Slater is the best that they have, followed by Najee Harris, Elijah Vera Tucker, Kadarius Toney, the edge rusher Ojulari, and then Cosme and the rest. So what positions are we thinking? And I would like Slater too. I just think tackle. I think tackle is. I'd rather go guard, me personally, this high in the draft, because we have Becton and Fant is playing well. So I think we're looking more pipeline. So give me the positions, guys. Who we looking for here? Slater can kick into guard. Let's see. You think Slater? What do you think, Jim? You think Slater's? I think Slater. He could play tackle. I mean, he's a tackle. He's not one of those tackles that are being projected as a guard at the next level. He's projected as a tackle. I'm sure he could.
I don't like tackle. I don't like tackle this early because it's not a problem area for us right now. And again, when I say that, guys, don't tear me apart in the chat. Don't tear me apart. When I say that tackle's not a problem for us, I'm not saying that Fant is the answer. I'm saying that Fant is serviceable, and we still have. I am going to be a Daniel Falele homer every single one of these drafts because we can get him in the 5th, and he can sit behind Fant, learn the position, and he's a natural right tackle. So I just don't like tackle this early. I would potentially look at a guard like Wyatt Davis, maybe not at 19, but to be honest with you guys, I really, really, really like Kadarius Toney out of Florida.
I do too. So I have the guards up. Wyatt Davis, the top guard in the draft, is still sitting there. The centers, we still have Creed Humphrey, Josh Myers. They're all still sitting there. So they haven't been tapped yet. Wide receivers, it looks like Kadarius Toney, Rashad Bateman, who I would prefer if we're this high. That'd be my vote. Tight end, Fryermuth. He's there, everybody. Obviously, we have the whole stable of running backs. Let's take a look at the edge rushers. Ojulari, Bolton, Asai. Look at all the guys. Jalen Phillips.
I like Ojulari. I am still really high on Patrick Jones.
Looks like he's gone. Is he gone? He can't be gone.
No way.
Where is he? I don't see Patrick Jones on there. Wait a minute.
You're on full defense. Go to.
Oh, that's why. That'll do it. There he is. So we have time. So what's the chat saying? What are we looking at, guys? Slater has 5 position flexibility. Creed Humphrey.
AF, I know we need an edge rusher, but this edge rushing class is very, very, very deep. We need to read the board on that position.
Agreed. So Joshua comes in and says trade down. Now it's funny. We just turned down 3 trades, Josh. Just so I don't know if you saw that.
But none of them offered a first round for 2022, so it wasn't even worth it. You're asking to move up into the first round and only offering a second later on.
Yeah. So look, I mean, if you guys want Slater, remember, Jimmy has 1 vote and I have 1 vote. We're going to do our best to kind of give perspective, offer guidance where necessary. All those times. All those types of things. At the same time, this is a good time. So it's whatever you guys want. So what position? Tony's rocking it?
Kadarius Toney, Robbie Oak. I'm sorry. Where was it? The chat's going too fast for me.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this.
Tony Strickland. Tony is a scheme fit. You're absolutely right. He would thrive in a Shanahan offense. What was I going to?
That's the thing. Ben Keeley has it though. Tony's going to more than likely be there. Let's take a look at the board real quick. So Kadarius Toney, I'm just going to look at their big board and see what. He's not going to be there. He's not. Well, he might be there at 23. He might.
That'll be close, but look at the wide receivers specifically.
We want to get the guy as close as we can. It's not just, hey, I love this guy. Mm-hmm. It's who's not going to be there at 23 that we want. So like if we want Wyatt Davis, if we want Slater, and we don't think they're going to be here, now is the time to take them. Well, Kadarius Toney has a very good shot of being there. And if not, Rashad Bateman, Terrace Marshall,
I agree.
St. Brown, So that's what I think. I think Toney would be a potential misusage. It'd be a great pick, but we could do Toney and Wyatt Davis. So let's do this, guys. Let's whittle it down to offensive line and wide receiver. That seems to be where everybody is. So if we have Toney, throw your picks up there right now.
Toney.
Me personally, I would go for Wyatt Davis. That's my vote. And if you guys were, I can
look at the guards for me, GB.
Yep. There they go.
See, this is where you really have to think about it because both Kadarius Toney and Wyatt Davis are the number 1 available player for each of their respective positions. So they could, like, Wyatt Davis says 37 right now, but he could go 2021 because he's the top guard available.
Right. I just think the wide receivers are offering too much, just like the edge. Mm-hmm. There's too many guys here to prioritize unless I thought one was leaps and bounds. If we were at the end of a positional blue chip, the blue chip of a positional group, then I would say it. So what's the chat saying? We got Davis, Toney.
Davis, Toney.
Slater.
Davis. I think we're grabbing an Ohio State guard there, my friend.
That's what it looks like. Toney. Okay, so let's take – all right, and that is my vote as well, so I agree with you guys. Let's go ahead and grab Wyatt Davis, and let's if Toney's there with the next pick at 23, it looks like that's who we're going to grab. Let's see. All right. No!
I told you. I told you.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. In the worst way possible. Sorry, guys. So it is what it is. It would have happened the other way with Wyatt Davis. It was going to happen. It's just the way the chips crumble.
And that so we have a. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah, I was just going to say we have 2 trade offers, but go ahead and say what you're going to say before I get into the trade offers.
Well, as I've been saying on GreenBean's show, as I've been saying on Weapons Hot, if you want to tackle, that's the guy. Tennessee just got him. That's the guy you'd wanted to look at if you're looking
Samuel
for
Cosme.
tackle. Yep, that was the best right tackle in the draft.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think, like this is the thing. It's like we have George Fant. He played well. I think it's smarter to get pipeline going. It's smarter to get you already have the position filled. There are positions we have on this team that we don't have anybody. We do not have a number 1 wide receiver. We do not have a legitimate edge rusher. We do not have a number 1 cornerback. We do not have starting guards. So that's kind of that's how we got to look at this. We have lots of picks, man. We're going to get some good players tonight. So we have a trade. Pittsburgh wants us to move back 1 spot for next year's 4th. We could try to get that into something for tonight.
I think if you try to bump that to a 3.
Well, look at this. They want to move back 3 spots, and they're willing to give us a 2nd. That's 2 rounds.
That's even more enticing.
But I want to get it over to this draft. I want to see if. So you guys want me to? Can I play around with this a little bit, guys? What do you think? Let's count.
I would take it because we're not dropping out of the first round again. So I would go for one of these trades.
Let's see here. I'm gonna try to counter and get us some extra toys for tonight. Okay. Let's see if I can take that away, and I'm gonna move it to a 3rd for this year.
Let me ask the chat a question. Okay, so I see oh now the chat's going Vincent Villarreal, you say no. Tell me why, man. Sell me on that. Why not move down 1 spot, trade? Gaining picks?
Well, I'm playing with the other one, so I'll go with the other one then. Hold on. Let me just
one to 3. Let's call it 1 to 3 spots. Like, who do you think it is that you want that won't be there?
Yeah, because if you don't want to trade, then there's a guy let's get this off the board and let's take a look at who's here. So this is the big board. Najee Harris is there. Ojulari's still there.
$100 says Pittsburgh wants Najee Harris. But
yeah,
I want him too, but I don't want a first round running back.
No, me neither. And Najee's special. If I'm going to take a first round running back, he's my guy.
It would be him, yeah.
Yeah, Gitmo Bob. I agree with Jimmy. I think they're coming up for Najee Harris. That's what I think. They have their Claypool. Maybe who's there? Well, they're going to lose. They're going to lose Dupree this year, so it might be an edge. Maybe they want Ojulari.
Okay,
Luis
so
Sanchez isn't playing games. He wants bait.
Can we look at wide receivers? Because if you have the wide receiver, Bateman, okay. So let's see where Bateman is. I don't think Bateman's going in the next 1 to 3 picks.
So look at this too. This is our last pick until pick 66 too. So it's important. This is an important one. If we could gain some capital out of it.
And that's why I was asking them to sell me on it. Sell me on it.
It's a good question. So let's do this. The chat seems overwhelmingly supportive of exploring this trade, though, right?
So far, yeah. I mean, I've seen a couple no's, but it's really worst case scenario. We move down 3 spots, and I think anyone we want is going to still be here.
All right, so that was declined. Let me see one more for this one. Let me see if I can just do this. They're declining. Let me explore the other one for a second. I want to try to see if we can get a 3rd here. So I'm going to move this, and I'm going to drop it a 3rd. They should do this. They did. So we moved down 3 spots, and we gained a 3rd round pick, which should put us. Well, I don't know what number they were. So let's see. Ooh, Ojulari. Oh, so the Ravens jumped up and took Ojulari, man.
See?
And Pittsburgh wanted available. Bateman's still there. So who do we want? Do we want Bateman?
He will
That
not be there by the time we pick again.
He will not be there. He's going. Wait, so MC, New York Sports MC is saying, do not draft a wide receiver. Watson would bring us Allen Robinson. Then we don't need a wide receiver. Fair enough.
I don't want to spend $20 million. I love Robinson. I don't want to spend $20 million on him when we can spend $12 or $13 million on Godwin for 3 years younger. And
this is the thing with this draft. We're not assuming that we have all, like, free agency would be over. Right. We didn't do it. Let's think we didn't do very well in free agency. Let's just go as if we're addressing our needs. Okay. So, all right, guys, who do we want? Is it Godwin? We were really on Kadarius Toney. He was taken. So we got Wyatt Davis. We got Deshaun Watson in this draft. Who do we want? Is it Bateman? Is it an edge? I would say wide receiver. Look, Pittsburgh wants to trade again. Look at you. We have 2 offers. They want us to go to 55, not doing it. 43. I'm not doing it. If you guys wanted to, I would, but I think it's silly. This is our last first-round pick here. So let's just reject them. Okay.
Yeah.
Freiermuth is still there, guys. I don't know if you guys have ever heard me. But I like him a whole lot. I love him. I think he's one of the best players in the entire draft. That's how I look at it. But
I like Rashad. I like Rashad Bateman being 6'2", 193.
Yeah, dude. I love him. So is that what we're settling on? Just to take a look. Creed Humphrey is still there. The edge. Let's look at cornerbacks. We have Asante Samuel still there. And then you got Stokes and Adebo. Adebo's way down. He slid. They adjusted their big board. And a lot of guys moved around.
He came up for about a week. I noticed him in the 120s when I was doing the mock.
You know, it's funny. Guys like Sage Surratt and all that, they're sliding back on all these boards. I don't know what happened, but so we don't have – let me just remind these guys. I just want to remind you, we don't have pick 34. We just gained let me take a look at what we just gained from Pittsburgh. Hold on a second. So we had 66. So we just gained, looks like 98. Let me see. Yep. Not Pittsburgh, the Ravens. So we just got pick 98 from the Ravens. So, but that doesn't change that the next pick after this one is 30 something picks away.
Yeah, we're going to have to really think about this one. I don't believe we have a second. We don't have a second round pick.
No, we traded in the Deshaun Watson trade. This is what happens. This is the other end of making trades like that. Everybody's like, oh, give whatever it takes for Watson. It's like, oh, yeah, when we're in the draft, we don't have anything. This is a Tannenbaum draft all of a sudden. Tannenbaum have 4 picks.
For the record, I think we would end up still having a second round pick if we got Watson in real life. So I don't think we would deal that, but I get where your head's at on that.
But we didn't deal the second first.
Right, exactly. Yep, totally.
So I'll show you the edge, Finkelstein. Hold on. Yeah, here's the edge rushers. Because this is the thing. We're like guys like Patrick Jones, even though he's way down here, there's a shot that he won't be there. Like Asai. These guys are going to go by the time we pick again. Basham and Jones might be there. Joe Tryon, Quincy Roche, those guys are going to be there. But I'll tell you what, this guy right here, Rashad Bateman, he's not going to be there. He's not going to be there.
Think of the benefit also of having that caliber of a wide receiver on a 5th-year option as well.
Oh, yeah.
Being able to control him for that extra year would be huge.
Let's see. So this is their board. Okay, so who we picking?
Terry Monroe wants to draft Chris Godwin.
Oh, does he? Good. Get Edge, Asai, Tyson Campbell, Patrick Jones, Asante Samuel. You guys... it's pretty spread around. Now, I want to remind you, a few moments ago when we were at our first round pick, we were all wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So make your picks. Give me the players. We got the Bateman crew coming in.
Yeah, can we start right now? I'm seeing Gary Peters. Can we say, like GreenBean was saying last week, give us one player, the position and the player, just one position and one player.
Yeah, this way it makes it easier to tally, and only vote once if you can. Let me do the banner again. Let me see.
Najee Harris is tempting. Najee Harris is tempting. I got to admit
It is tempting. I agree. It's tempting.
Okay.
Give Andrew Siaka says it really well. Give Watson a wide receiver.
I completely agree with that mindset.
That's where I'm settling. My vote is for Bateman.
I agree. That's where my vote is too. Greg Tarr, Patrick Jones is going to be there in the third round, my friend. We don't need to use a first round pick on him.
He may, and it is a reach, no matter how you slice it.
It'll be close. I'm just saying. I think he'll be there at 66.
Build the wall, Jetsmith. We already got Wyatt Davis, buddy.
Yes, sir.
We're building your wall, bud. Fryermuth, I'm telling you, finally, thank you, Big Green. But I'm going with my vote is for Rashad Bateman.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
Brian Delaporta. Bateman has all the talent in the world to become a number one or a top 10 receiver. Agreed.
10, 11, 12, 13. Bateman is edging out the edge rushers.
That's right, George Saffer. I see you. He says we can take your boy Joe Tryon at 66.
Gone. Isn't Osai gone? No, he's not gone. He's not gone. Never mind. I was thinking Aziz. I think Bateman's got it, brother.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pick Bateman. If that wasn't your guy, we got a large contingent for edge rushers, namely Patrick Jones. So we'll hopefully he'll be there. Let's get him. Now we got Deshaun Watson. We got him a guard, and we got him a wide receiver, a good one.
If that doesn't tell that quarterback that we're working for him, nothing will.
There goes Tyson Campbell. There goes Fryermuth, Najee Harris to the Falcons.
I think if we still had that second pick, that second round, we'd had Najee.
Oh, I know. Oh, man. Trey Smith is finally off the board. Asante Samuel, Jabril Cox. Don't forget, we want to keep our eyes on linebackers as well.
Creed Humphrey's gone.
Yep.
St. Brown.
Terrace Marshall.
Keep it going.
It sucks.
Oh, there goes my guy, Deontay Brown. Bingo. Right, so Patrick Jones, my vote.
The Giants want us to slide down 10. You think Patrick Jones is going to be there? Let's take a look at the next offer. Yeah, 2 picks for a 7th.
Ooh. A 2022 7th, though.
Let's see if our guy. Let's see where we are. Look at Patrick Jones. He's there, guys. So is that who we want? You want to get Carlos Basham or Patrick Jones?
I explained why I like Jones over Basham last week, if you guys remember. And I just like his move repertoire. Not a one-trick pony. Not saying Basham is, but I think Patrick Jones tips the scales towards his favor with what he can do first step and his point of attack.
Yeah. It looks, I mean, it's from me, you can correct me, but it looks like everybody is pretty much settled on Jones. That's what it looks like.
Actually.
You want to play with the pit? You want to play with you want to see if we can get a 7th this year out of the Falcons?
Yeah, we could try for that.
That's to move down 2 spots, but are you willing to risk Patrick Jones for a 7th? That's the question.
Patrick Jones is the 4th best edge rusher. Their 4th best currently available, but
see what the they don't have a 7th this year. They're not going to do it.
Well, all they can say is no, right?
It was declined. All right, so let's pick our boy. Let's go ahead and pick him.
I think let me just go through here real quick because I did see quite a few Bashams.
Yeah, I took Patrick Jones. Carlos Basham was the next pick.
It's already done. It's like I just chose Jones.
Well, no, I'm sorry. I thought that's where we were.
No, a lot of them were. I just saw a bunch of Bashams in there, so I just wanted to do a quick count. But I'm good with Patrick Jones. So
yeah. Okay. So all right,
Liam,
what do we got as our next pick?
Fuck.
Who is it?
Liam.
Seth Williams is gone. Oh man, damn. He's climbing, Seth Williams, as he should. He's gonna end up being a second round or third round pick. I'm telling you, he's so good, man.
Yeah, I really want to see these guys digital, like their video workouts that they're gonna send to everybody.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Since I don't get to watch my combine this year.
I know, what a bummer, dude.
I love.
So Seattle wants to play with the Jets again. They want to offer us pick 123, our own fourth next year, and a fifth. Yeah, I don't know. This seems like a bunch of to do about nothing to me. I don't want to slide back that much. We do have pick 101, just so we know. Any interest in the trade? Let's take a look at the corners. Adebo's still there. Carey Vincent is still there. We could look at the linebackers. Monty Rice is there. Okay. Go on, Jimmy. Sorry.
No. I was finished. I said I like both of those guys, Carey Vincent or Paulson Adebo.
One of my favorite linebackers in the draft, he is outside, is Charles Snowden, 6'7", 245 pounds, if I remember correctly. Love him to death. He's got one of those big, long, lean basketball player builds. He's incredible. Relentless motor out of UVA. But that's that. So we got Adebo, like I said, Carey Vincent. There's a few other guys there. Let's look at the safeties. We are going to want to get one. Darius Washington. Sean Wade. Still up. That's crazy how far that guy slid. He was a first-round corner a few months ago.
Yeah. I remember he wasn't available. My early mocks, he wasn't available at 23.
Yeah, it's crazy. Best available player, Terry Monroe.
Yeah, we do, Liam. I totally agree with you. We do need to check offensive tackle just to confirm where Falele is.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, he's gone, buddy.
Is he really?
He's gone. Let's see where he went. Where'd Falele go? No way. Walker Little all the way to 76. Wow. Did Falele go back to school or something? He's not up here, dude. There's no way.
No, he can't be. They couldn't have had him slide down that far.
Wait a minute. Yeah, dude. He's not even up there. He's not on the board anymore. Am I missing him? No. Did he move to guard? Yeah, I don't know where Falele is, man. He's nowhere. He's nowhere to be found. So, do we want to grab a corner? There's still some good ones up there, guys. The corners I'll show you again, just so you can see them. Got Keith Taylor out of Washington, Paulson Adebo out of Stanford, Cameron Bynum, California, Diamador Lenore, Carey Vincent, who I happen to like a whole bunch. He has that Ed Reed ability to be around the ball, and that's what I like. He's got the intangible. I like Carey Vincent.
Oh, Draft Network is shaving an inch off of his height. They got him at 6'8". That's a lie. My guy's 6'9".
It is. Well, let's look at the running backs too. Thank you.
Yeah, I was just about to.
Trey Sermon, Chuba Hubbard. I'd like both of those guys. We're at pick 98. Both of those guys are probably going to make it to 101 here. We could go running back at 101 if you want. We can go running back here. But this is a touch early. The tight ends, Tommy Tremble. I don't think I'd ever draft a guy named Tommy Tremble. I don't think I would.
My Boise State Broncos has a middle linebacker named Riley Wimpy. So
really? Riley Wimpy.
But he's a monster, bro. He's a monster.
Fantastic. So Nick Eubanks is there. Trey McKinney is there. The tight ends got hit hard though, man. They really did. Usually there's still a few more guys floating around that I like, but Hunter Long's usually still there right now.
Where's can we look at corner one more time?
Yeah. I think, in my opinion, I think we should probably go corner, and I would take a Debo. That's my vote goes for a Debo, and then I'd like to start looking at linebackers and running backs. Show the big board, Parker Dugan. Here we go. They got Clemson's tackle up top. They got a USC safety, Hufanga, and wide receiver and center. Tommy Tremble's way up there, though. They like him. Quincy Roche still
David
out there.
Ogden, Adebo, and Sermon. I actually agree with that assessment.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be a nice turn of events.
Maybe Sermon, then Adebo. I would reach a little bit for Trey Sermon at this point because Adebo's not the top corner on the board.
He's second, though. Trey Sermon is the first, right? So what are you guys thinking? Got to go corner? I know, I'm with you. I wouldn't mind another edge either, Liam. Adebo, then Snowden. Greg Tarr, I tend to agree with this Greg Tarr fella a lot. We're on a similar wavelength, are we not, Greg? That's probably the way I would go. I would grab Adebo and wrap up Charles Snowden out of UVA.
I think corner's got it. I think there's a lot of corner and Adebo comments.
So this is who we got so far: Wyatt Davis, Rashad Bateman, Patrick Jones, and don't forget we do have Deshaun Watson. So that's what that looks like.
It's plan A for the New York Jets in real life.
We're going corner, Adebo?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's see what happens.
Trey Sermon better still be there, chat. I'm telling you.
All right. Now, we have a trade offer. They want us to drop back 6 spots, and they'll throw in pick 172. Let me see something here. Wait. 172, 6th round pick. That's New England. Let me see something.
Burt McGoldrick. That's a great name too. He says yes, do it.
You guys want to take the trade, huh?
You really think that Sermon's going to last another 7 picks?
I don't think he is. I think Trey Sermon's gone.
I think so.
It's a 6th round pick. It's not worthless. It's good. It's a valuable pick. But so what's the so they're saying yes, they want to take this. We can counter it. They have very little. We can get next year's 7th too. So they want to do this?
I think the Dewitt's have it. I agree with you, Steve-O Booze. I don't want to do it either, but
all right, but you guys win. You guys win. Okay. They declined that, so we're just going to take the trade. We're going to accept it. I can't believe it. Let's watch Trey Sermon.
Sermon is there.
There goes Ben Clee. Oh, he made it.
Oh, we got it. Good call, chat. Well done.
All right, we're going to turn this down. I don't think I have the nerve to do another one. It's only 2 spots. All right, so
Dallas,
is Sermon now?
Dallas could be eyeing a Zeke replacement too. So,
So okay, we have Trey Sermon. Let's look at the big board real quick. So this is what they got going on the big board. Tutu Atwell's coming. I'd love to double dip at receiver in this draft, and that's the kind of guy that's very different than what we have. And then we could let Crowder go and his $10 million.
Well, you get Tutu Atwell. We have Bateman has the height and the build. So we don't necessarily need to get another big, tall receiver. So that the small size of Tutu Atwell with his speed and his shiftiness.
Exactly. And dude, let me tell you, I bugged out on him this week because of you kind of drawing my attention to it, and I love him, man. He's like, I'm telling you, he's got all the shiftiness that you could ever want in a little wide receiver.
That's the route runner right there.
He'd be the perfect complement. But anyway, so we have Trey Sermon is up top. And defense, who were we looking at? The linebackers. Here's Charles Snowden. We have a minute for Charles Snowden. That's my guy. I don't know if you guys want him. Monty Rice is another one I like. So what are we? What's the chat saying? You want to go with Sermon?
Who is Davis
We
Mills?
got time on Snowden, Greg.
Yeah, we do.
Who is Davis Mills? Yeah, he's a quarterback, right? Isn't he? Where is he? Let me see the big board. I think he's a quarterback. Yep, quarterback.
Well, we are in the 4th round, so yeah, we're not going to be looking at quarterbacks. Like I'm saying, we haven't researched the quarterbacks this far down from us sitting at 2. So I had no idea who it was.
Hey, what GM in their right mind would take a quarterback in the 4th round? You know what I mean?
A quarterback is either a 1st round or a 6th round pick. Like,
yeah, it all depends, right? So, all right. So where are we? What does the chat want? I'm okay with Sermon. Let's take a look at the Eubanks is still up there. Eubanks is still there.
Off of 4 games. What do you mean, Gitmo?
And let me see. We got Trey Hill still there. Drake Jackson still there. Who else is still there? All these guys. I don't know the rest of them. But Trey Hill's good.
Trey Hill is very good. Those Georgia offensive line guys are dogs.
Mm-hmm. It'd be nice to grab one. So if we grab, when's our next pick? Let me take a look here. We got 111 and then 133. So we have, what is that? 23 picks, something like that. 26 picks.
Roughly, yeah.
And then right after that, we got 141. So now let me see. Now, if we don't grab Sermon and we want to go Charles Snowden or someone, maybe, maybe. Well, let's take a look and see what we can do. Where the hell did my...
I think my vote is we reach a little bit for Sermon here.
Okay.
But I'll roll with the chat.
Shaka Tony's there. A couple good guys are still there.
126 was our next one, right? Somebody asked in the chat.
So
when's your next pick? Parker, I think it's like 126. After 107.
Yeah, 133.
Oh, 133. My bad. Yeah. It was 26 picks difference.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Don't drink, kids.
All right, so what are we saying? What do we got? Who is available at running back? Trey Sermon and Hubbard. Greg Tarr wants Eubanks. Eubank, we have time. Look, Greg, take a look. This is where Eubanks is. He's being rated at 195. So we're at 107. We have some time for him, most likely. Anything can happen, of course. We're just playing the odds here. Trey Sermon going to go. He's going any minute. If you're okay with him leaving, these next 2 guys are very good. I'd be very happy with either one.
Yep.
Top 3 running backs I'm fine with. There's the tackles. Don't forget, we got to get a safety. And we got to get linebackers.
There's like 4 different names coming through here.
Yeah.
Quinn Meniers?
Miners? Who's that? Let me see.
Miners?
I'm not familiar with that name. I'm not familiar with Miners. Oh, what the fuck just happened? Was that me? Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on. I hope I didn't lose our draft. I did! Oh, guys, are you fucking kidding me? Hey, guys. I just lost our damn...
Run it back.
I can't believe it, dude. What the fuck was that? Can you believe that? This is the Monday Night Mock, and I blew it, dude. I blew it. What do I do? Oh, guys, I'm sorry. They're going to hang up. They're done with me. They're done. We were killing it. I'm sorry, guys. Do they hate me? I know, guys. Look, I could real quick get us up there. Hold on a second. Let me see something here. Watch this. All right.
Armand Mosin. Jesus Christ.
I know. Hold on a second. Watch this. Hold on. Hey, I got to close this out. Give me 2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes, guys. I'll get us there. Okay.
I'll be right back, guys. Give me just.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. All right, so that's that. Let me do this. Sorry, guys. We're gonna trade this. We'll get that. We're gonna take their 19th pick for 2 firsts next year, and we'll do that. So we got that. Now let's try it. I'll try to get the guys that we did. I'm gonna blow right through this. Okay. Then we took some trades. Guys, I'm really sorry. I am. But I'm just gonna pick our guys, and at least we get our guys, and then we'll do that. Let me catch up here. Okay. So we took Bateman here, right? Hopefully Patrick Jones makes it here. Let me see. So we lost the pick. Forgive me, my good friends. Forgive me. Isn't that who we had? Patrick Jones here, right? All right. Who else did we have? Who else did we take next? And then, so then we took Patrick Jones. And who's after Patrick Jones? I'm all caught up almost. I'm almost caught up. And I can't believe it. That was just, I don't know what, I can't even believe it. I can't believe I did that to you guys. Thank you, Armand. I appreciate it. Debo, there it is. Thank you. So we lost out on the trades. We gained a third, so that's a bummer. But, okay, let's grab a Debo. So we're right here, 101. Isn't that where we just were? That's what happens when you pick fast. I know. That's the Finkelstein. I'm sorry, buddy. That's the bummer part of it. We're not going to be able to recoup our trade. I don't remember what we did, and the same trades don't come through and all that kind of stuff. So, but we got our picks back. We still got Deshaun Watson. We still got Wyatt Davis. We still got Rashad Bateman and Paulson Adebo along with Patrick Jones. So this is what we got here. Okay. So that's where we are. That's our guys. We're back. The only thing we're missing is, are the trades. So we're at 101. And the thing is, because of the trades, there might be a player or two difference, but it's okay. We were going to pick Sermon, weren't we?
We were.
Let's take a look. Let me see something here. Damn it, man. Unbelieves, man. But that's the thing. So look, we still got Gainwell up there. You want to grab Gainwell as a bonus for me fucking it up?
Just tag Ryan in that one.
I know. Well, we just got a Debo, Dalmas. I know, Greg. It's only a mock. It's just, we get invested in these things. I give a shit, man. I give a shit about what you guys are feeling and thinking. So you guys want to go Gainwell? That'll be our bonus for my boneheaded move. I know, right? MC's funny. It's like this reminds us of Gase's game day management. It's like, this is Todd Bowles. I know we have revisionist history going on. Everybody's like, oh, Todd Bowles was a great coach. Todd Bowles sucked as a head coach. I want you to remember that. He did a great job yesterday. But as far as Todd Bowles mid-game, he didn't know what he was doing as a head coach.
There is not a person on this planet that could tell me that Tyrann Mathieu pass interference was a catchable ball. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah. But Mathieu, that's the problem with him. I mean, he's been playing great and he's calmed down, but once he gets angry, he's a hothead. Once he loses,
oh yeah,
and he was that was not. They didn't need that, man. They didn't need that stuff.
But at the same time, he was like the only Chief that came to play. He was ready to go.
Yeah, he was. All right, so you guys want? It looks like Gainwell, right? So I'll grab Gainwell, and then we're starting. Then we're fresh. I caught us all up.
And I'm happy.
I know my way around PFM. Okay. So let's go ahead and take Kenneth Gainwell. Look how fast it's going now.
About that.
Shit, now we can't even pay attention. I got it going so fast. Oh, Sean Wade.
On way to 121.
2-2 Atwell's gone. 2-2 Atwell.
No!
I know.
It's all good.
So Sage Surratt is still there, but
Sky
he's
Smith is
fighting.
right there.
He's Shy Smith. I haven't dug into him yet. So what are you guys thinking? We went corner. I'll show you guys our draft. So we have Wyatt Davis, Rashad Bateman, Patrick Jones, Paulson Adebo, and Kenneth Gainwell. So we did not address linebacker. We did not address safety. If we want to double dip on the offensive line, this is a perfect time to do that. Don't be afraid. But whatever we're thinking, we have 4 more picks left. And let us know. Let us know what you're thinking. Let me take a look at the linebackers for you.
Hey,
Charles
GreenBean,
Snowden is the top linebacker on the board. That would be my pick. I'll show you. We did not grab a tight end yet either.
and that's
Nick
what I was
Eubanks
just
is
about
still
to
there.
ask. Can
What's
you
that?
sell me on a tight end?
Can I sell
Like,
you
not
on
any particular tight end, but what are your thought process? Because I really think that both Griffin and Herndon are going to have major bounce back years.
I think Griffin.
If we're talking like Kyle Pitts and stuff, yeah, obviously if we were in a position to get one of those guys, but I mean like where we're sitting right now, I mean is that?
Yeah,
I want to be sold on.
Here's what I'll tell you. Herndon, while I agree he may be a top candidate to have a after Gase bounce back, he has never shown us any reason to believe that will be the case. His rookie year, he had a few good games, but don't forget he missed like 5 or 6 games with injury. His second year, he was suspended for 4 games and then injured the rest of the year. Last year, he almost couldn't catch a cold. So the guy, number one, he hasn't finished a single season yet. Number two, he hasn't given us the hype that we all have around him is really unfounded. He's a very talented guy. And I think he's a good candidate to bounce back. But we absolutely should not be depending on him. It's time. It's time to start planning for his departure. Now, Griffin, who I think is a good guy, a good tight end, he's never going to be more than an average tight end. He's never going to be that dynamic piece to an offense. And he hasn't been the same since the injury. Like remember, when we liked him, that was pre-injury. Last year, granted, it was a lot of Gase's bullshit. Dude, he was not the same player post-injury. So again, he might bounce back. In my opinion, we should let Daniel Brown go, keep Wesco, keep Griffin, keep Herndon, and draft a young guy to come in there and push all 3 of them, and the next guy's gone. You know what I mean? So that's the way I see it. And I think that a LaFleur offense, being a Shanahan offense, it's predicated on having a dynamic tight end. So you guys all know about Kittle. So that's hopefully that I did a good job of selling you quick style.
You got
and this class happens to be a good tight end class. That's the other interesting thing about it. Maybe I know, and I wouldn't hate Ertz, Terry. I wouldn't. No. Matthew Ewell, Nick Eubanks, you got to take a look at him. You're going to like him. And last week we picked Trey McKitty, and I looked into him a little bit too. I didn't do anything other than highlights for him, but he looks interesting as well. He's warranting of some deeper divage. But I like Nick Eubanks. I dug into him a few months back. But anyway, so I think my vote is Charles Snowden. We do need a linebacker. Granted, again, he's an outside type of a guy. He's big enough to play toward the middle. He can play the will. He can play the Mike as well, but he's really like a will linebacker. So he's a Mo Lewis type, and I love him.
Let's do it. I'm with you.
You guys okay with Snowden? Snowden, then Eubanks from Greg Tarr. Terry Monroe says Snowden. Curly Norman, Snowden. If you guys haven't dug into Snowden yet, watch. Just the first entry level into any of these guys is obviously their highlight tapes. So that's the most fun when you just have a few minutes. Take a look at Snowden's highlight tapes, but I also watched a full game, more than one, but a full game tapes of him. Man, dude, he's always near the ball. He's just one of those guys. Pushes guys around, big and strong, fast. So, okay. I want to make sure I'm not jumping the gun. We're good with Charles Snowden?
I agree. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here it comes. Look how fast the draft is going now. Look at this. It's like boom. All right, 141. They want us to slide back 10 spots. Before we do, they want to give us 198, which is good. We could gain that pick. That'd be nice. But we got to know who we're. Yeah, I'll show you the big board. Good idea, buddy. Good idea. Okay. So, we took our running back, right? Did we take Sermon?
Yes, we got Gainwell.
Oh, Gainwell, even better. Okay, great. So we have 3 picks left. We got Shaka Tony out there. He'd be a good one to double dip.
Him.
Let's take a look at the guards. Oh, man, they got decimated. Jack Anderson's there.
And I still like Tommy Kramer from Notre Dame.
Okay, Tommy Kramer. Trey Hill is the top center on the board. It wouldn't be the worst idea to grab a center, guys.
I would probably reach for Trey Hill right now.
It wouldn't be. I don't even think that's a reach right now. I know it's slightly off, but he's the top center on the board. He's going.
Yeah.
He's not going to make it. The wide receivers, Sage Surratt. He's not the guy I would want. We already have Mims and Bateman. Cornell Powell. Monte Cox is another one in that mold. Big, strong. Let's see. Tight ends, Nick Eubanks is there. I'd be happy with Nick Eubanks. We could go middle linebacker, even though we just got but KJ Britt is another one from Auburn that I really like a lot. We got to go safety. Let's take a look at the safeties. Jacoby Stevens is there. Paris Ford is there. These are the guys. We're always right in this. Brady Breeze. Palomau's not. I think he might have been.
I think he might have went back to school.
Yeah, I think so. I'll double up. I'll double back on that one and check. So what are you guys thinking? I think we should go center.
I agree. I think Trey Hill would be the pick right now.
Yeah, I'll show Jets mess. Here's our picks. So again, why did we draft a guard, a wide receiver, an edge rusher, a cornerback, a running back, a linebacker? We have yet to double dip at any positions. I think offensive line is the right one to do it. I think we got to grab a safety, and we should probably double dip at wide receiver. But I'd actually rather go tight end. Sucks when you run out of picks. You know what I mean?
We didn't have that problem last week.
No, we didn't have it. We didn't have that problem 15 minutes ago.
We had to start saying, okay, no, we can't trade anymore.
Right. I know. It was like, dude, guys, we got to hurry this up. Last week's mock was 2 hours and 18 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, we have 37 players we got to sign now.
I know. It's great. So what's the chat saying? Take the center. Hill works. Yes, Hill.
Yeah.
You know, Robbie,
protect Watson, get Hill. I agree.
Okay.
Hill is going to have to fight for that spot. I'm not saying he can't outplay McGovern, but he'll have to fight for that spot. I don't think he's going to be a day one starter. It's not.
No.
Guaranteed.
And the thing is, this is the pipeline. When a guy like Hill comes in and he's 8 games in, and you start noticing that he's ready, that makes McGovern expendable next year. You know what I mean? Like that's what happens. And then if McGovern ends up being a free agent, that's the kind of guy that gets you a 3rd round comp pick.
Yep. And it's like I said, arguably the best center, arguably one of the best centers, if not a top 3 center in the league, is my guy from my alma mater, Boise State, Matt Paradis. And he was a 6th round pick. So like this is where you find those franchise trench guys.
That's right. So, all right. So it looks like the center. Any defectors? Is this going to piss anybody off? We ready for Hill? Pipeline, right? Let's draft King of the Hill. There you go. Well done. All right, here he comes. We got our center pipeline developing. There it is. Shaka Tony's gone. Jacoby Stevens is gone. Shoot. Jared Patterson. Kylan Hill's got Sage Surratt. There they go. This is right where they're going. Okay. Trey Hill is ours. So
can we
Tight
Yeah,
end.
let's look at wide receiver or tight end.
Yeah, well,
I,
wide receiver. Yeah, see, I'm not really sure what Frank Darby is small. What's his stats? Do you know? Can you look that up real quick, Jimmy?
Frank Darby.
Yeah, Arizona State. Because I think a shifty guy would really fit the bill. But again, we do need a safety, guys. The tight end, Nick Eubanks, would be my guy.
I like him.
Safety,
I
I
like him
really
already.
think we should grab one. Paris Ford is good. His teammate Patrick Jones is already on our team, so that would be good.
Frank Darby is 6'1", 200 pounds.
Oh no, so okay,
He'll
Robbie, I think
probably
you were.
he'd probably trim down into the mid 190s, like 194, 195. But see if I can find.
Robbie had me thinking he was small, buddy. See, that's not a name I'm
Oh
familiar with.
my God!
Well, what do you got?
Frank Darby runs an average 40-yard time of a 4.38. He's been clocked at a 4.32.
Hmm.
At 6'1",
Really?
200 pounds. So
That's something.
that
Oh,
might not
Jalen
be.
Dart. So that was my bad. He was actually asking us to look into Jalen Darden, but that's interesting. We just stumbled
Oh,
on a guy.
Jalen Darden.
Yeah.
Another little speedster that's really shifty is Jalen Virgil out of. I always get this one mixed up. App State. He's from Appalachian State, and I think he's a senior.
I'm going to look
But I
into
don't.
this Frank Darby guy, though. That's some interesting stuff right there. 6'1", he's running at 4.32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DraftScout.com. It's got him. See, he's instead of the 200 that the website has him rated, they have him listed as a 194. 9 and 5/8 inch hands, 31 and 3/8 inch arms, wingspan of 76 and 1/8 inches. Like he's got a catch radius.
Interesting. Hold on.
Frank Darby, Arizona State.
That's interesting, man. So it's like, so I think if we're going to go with a tight end, that would be a good move. This would be a good place for a safety. It would be a good place for a safety. And we just doubled up on offensive line, but I wouldn't be opposed to grabbing an edge rusher if we like one of those guys. But again, safety and wide receiver really, and then we could look at kicker. But we have pick 165 and 217 left. That's it. So that's 50 picks, right? 35, 40. Yeah, it's 52 picks away. So a lot of this crop ain't going to be there. So we gotta grab the guy we want. Oh, really? Interesting. Big Green is letting us know that Darby actually moved to tight end. That's interesting. Last year, Chase Claypool, they actually asked him to perform the tight end drills, and he said, "Pound salt. I'm a wide receiver." But they wanted him to be a tight end. All the NFL teams were looking at him as a tight end, and then he blew the doors off as a wide receiver, and then obviously he had a great year as well. I know Greg Tarr and Paul Saga. They're saying some good things, which is we need a tight end, and Eubanks is a beast. I agree. You guys good with grabbing a tight end, and then we'll look at Paris Ford or something? The Florida State edge there, George Safford. Let's take a look and see before we make any decisions. Janarius Robinson, is that who you're talking about, George? Chris Rumpf is still there, too. He slid, man. Look at these guys. Taron Jackson. Jonathan Cooper. Wait a minute. He's still there. Okay. So we could grab Nick Eubanks. I'm going to look at the safeties. It'd be smart to grab one. Tariq Thompson, Paris Ford, Brady Breeze. I was hoping that we would. I was secretly hoping that we would find a way to grab Shaun Wade, and
We
have him
probably
be our
could have.
safety.
Yeah, we probably could have if we paid attention. I
Yeah,
didn't even think about him.
I was watching him. He went early, man. He went earlier for me, earlier than I was
Yeah, I think he
going to
goes
start bringing that
120,
shit
right?
up.
120, 120,
It's
124,
something
something
like
like that.
that. Something like that. So listen, if we want to get Frank Darby, maybe he could be our tight end. But I'm into this Eubanks thing. Oh, you'd want him to, Big Green, so he didn't move to tight end. Okay, sorry about that. I misunderstood. Carrie Vincent is still there? He is. Wow. That's one of those steals that you might not be able to pass on. I don't know.
I
I think
agree, actually.
I think we might want to do that, man. But anyway, what do you guys think? You want to do Carrie Vincent, a safety, or Nick Eubanks? That's where we are. Give me your vote.
Eubanks,
Zach
Ford.
Burks is Carrie Vincent. Eubanks, St. Just, Paris Ford. I know,
Vincent,
Jordan. I'm a Paris Ford fan too.
Vincent. Who's Justy?
DeJuiced. It's not seduced. It's DeJuiced.
Oh, Vincent. I think Kerry
Yeah, no,
Vincent got it.
he misspelled it.
Loudermilk?
Saint Juiced. Sorry about that. I was thinking of a different guy entirely. He meant Saint Juiced. Sorry about that, buddy. Yeah.
Okay.
Eubanks.
Eubanks coming in, but I see a lot of Kerry Vincent.
Make sure they're not double voting these guys. Fucking bunch of shifty characters in here.
No, these are not. Hey, Kyle Donkersloot. I think we should go Kerry Vincent because Kyle Donkersloot says Vincent.
Donkersloot, that's what he wants. Well, that's the thing. It's like sometimes when you look up at the board and you see a guy who's not supposed to be there. Last year, that's what happened with Bryce Hall. Bryce Hall in the 5th. It's like you quite literally can't pass him. So we need help there. It's not a bad move to grab Kerry Vincent.
They can fight for those spots, man.
So real quick, it's down to Kerry Vincent and Nick Eubanks. That's what we're looking. It looks like Vincent pulled ahead. Sorry, Greg Tarr. You know how I feel. So Kerry Vincent would be an excellent guy to have developing.
I mean, I don't think he's short. George Saffer. I don't think Kerry Vincent. He's 5'10", almost 5'11", but he's almost 200 pounds as well. So he's got build.
Yeah, I know. Esdras, we did not pick a tight end yet. We did not. And offense. Let's take a look at our draft one more time, and let's do a little assessment here. We got 4 offense, 1, 2, 3 defense. So just so you know, this is it is. We have a healthy balance. We're tilted toward the offense. I'll tell you what. My vote is Nick Eubanks. That's my vote. But if I'm outvoted, that's fine.
I played corner in high school. Before I blew up my knee, I had 3 D1 scholarships at cornerback. I'm going to put my vote for Kerry Vincent.
Yeah, George Saffer. It's a good point, but I don't think Javelin Guidry's the type of guy that you don't draft because he's in the house. Like Javelin Guidry he's a long shot. Yeah. And personally, I don't really like him other than his name, which is one of the better names I've ever heard.
It's a cool name.
Yeah, it's great. But I mean, he's super fast. But honestly, I watched a lot of game tape on him last year, and my assessment was one word. And I'll say it to you because we're all friends. The one word I used to describe Javelin Guidry was pussy. And that's what I see. I don't love Javelin Guidry, but it's the best name.
And
It's no
Brian
Yonkers.
Poole is, yeah. Brian Poole is actually probably not going to be a New York Jet next year, guys. Rumor has it he wants out. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's changed because of Saleh or what it's looking like. But as far the last I heard, Brian Poole just wants to go somewhere else.
I'm putting up a comment from Edward Ziff, and I want to remind everybody this is the best point that we've heard in a long time here tonight. And let's remind everybody, Aaron Glenn was 5'9". So if you can play, you can play. I remember Aaron Glenn's vertical was like tops in his class. Like the guy could almost fly. He was so good, man. All right, so where are we? We at Kerry Vincent, or we got a Debo? I know.
I think Kerry Vincent took it, but
all right, let's see if Nick Eubanks might make it to the next pick. Let's see. So we're gonna go ahead and pick Kerry Vincent because that's what the board wants. I want to make sure I don't fucking delete it again. Hold on.
But you can also go to like the NBA. Muggsy Bogues is one of the best players.
Oh, remember Muggsy Bogues, man? What was he? 5'7"?
Something like that. But
Yeah,
he was still schooling those big monsters.
All right, so Kerry Vincent it is. I'm watching for Eubanks.
Oh, there he goes.
Did he?
I saw it. I saw Eubanks scroll up a little bit.
There he is. He's gone. He's gone. So let's see. We already get 2 wide receivers? We did, right? Let me see. We did. No, we only got 1.
I don't think so.
So let's take a look at the wide receivers, and we'll get let's see what we got here. Des Fitzpatrick is there. AC McMath, one of my personal faves. He actually played in
the name alone.
That's what I'm saying. Racy McMath. All right, guys. So what do you want to do? You want to round it out with a kicker? I'm going to show you the big board. We got Chris Rumpf, a decent edge rusher. He's a little bit on the smaller side, but he's got potential, man. At a Duke. Let's see what else we got. We didn't grab a tackle. Des Fitzpatrick. Jimmy, would you mind looking up Des Fitzpatrick? Just see what his measurables are real quick. John Bates out of Boise State. KJ Britt, good linebacker that I like. What happened?
John Bates.
John Bates.
The Bronco, man. He's a Bronco.
Oh, yeah, is that right? Fitzpatrick. That's right. That's the guy. You're right, Parker Dugan. Thank you. Des Fitzpatrick had probably the best game for a wide receiver in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, 6'2", 210.
Yeah, he had a good game. Thank you for reminding me, Parker.
Where's his 40?
GreenBean, can you get worse that too? I'm not sure what that means, Brian. Give me a little clarification. I'll try to help. You know what that means?
Des Fitzpatrick looks like to run a high 4.3, so 4.36, 4.37 in the 40.
So before we move on, I'd like to take a look at the safeties.
Racy McMath hit a 4.3 flat.
Yeah, super speedy, man. So we got Brady Breeze is still there. D'Angelo Amos out of Virginia. The rest of these guys I'm not really knowing. We're getting deep. The linebackers, like I said, KJ Britt. Oh, Errol Thompson, another one. You want to take another cornerback? Des Fitzpatrick
for that position.
So what are we thinking, guys? And now let me just show you the kickers. Dicker went back to school, so there's not a lot there.
Did Dorr go back too?
No, he was taken. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he was?
I think so. It's hard to see how fucking fast it's going. For some reason, I feel like I saw his name. I don't know. Maybe not.
You could probably search it.
Probably.
But I don't remember how to spell his name. So.
Yeah, Doeor or something like that. Deoer.
Doerer something. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I was going to take a shot. Nothing felt right. So who we thinking? You see this guy, Josh Ball? I was watching his tape today. This tackle, Josh Ball out of Marshall. I never saw a less impressive human being. He looked like somebody who had no idea what he was doing. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my God, this guy plays college ball. Like he looked. Usually when you watch tape and he looked like he didn't belong out there. So it's not always good tape.
How the mighty have fallen. Marshall they had a movie named after him, man.
I know. Yeah, well, hey, wasn't that Norman Bates? Is that what you're talking about?
No, We Are Marshall.
Oh, We Are Marshall. I thought you were talking about Bates.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great movie too, man.
Really good movie. Matthew McConaughey, right?
I don't know.
I think so.
So we got Des Fitzpatrick, Brennan Eagles. Those are there, and then we got Racey McMath down here. It'd be a reach, but we could grab it. It's our last pick.
It's our last pick. I'd say take that 4-3 LSU speedster, man. Racey McMath.
Yeah. So look, we got Chris Rumpf, Errol Thompson on the edge. We got KJ Britt as a linebacker. Cornerback, we're good. We could really grab a safety, Brady Breeze or Lamar Johnson.
Des.
They want to go Des, huh?
Yeah, Fitzpatrick winning.
Fitzmagic Patrick.
Oh, man. Ryan ruined that name. Ryan Fitzpatrick, ruined that name.
I know. Yeah, he stole it. It's like anytime you say it, it's only him. It's only him.
I don't even think that. I think he probably stole his beard, too.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Des Fitzpatrick is the guy? We all good with that? Okay. Here he comes. So,
yeah, Greg Tarfalele has not yet assumed he's returning to Minnesota, but I just read an article that says they have not seen him on campus.
Interesting.
Like for months.
So usually they keep him on the Sims unless they don't declare, unless they say they're going back.
Yeah.
But interesting. So let's do a little recap here, boys. Again, my apologies for blowing our momentum earlier and what we built. We did have an extra third, which is kind of a bummer. But so this is what we got. We got Wyatt Davis, the offensive guard from Ohio State. We got Rashad Bateman, the wide receiver out of Minnesota. Patrick Jones, the edge rusher out of Pitt. Paulson Adebo, the cornerback out of Stanford. Kenneth Gainwell, the running back out of Memphis. Charles Snowden, my boy from UVA, the linebacker. Trey Hill, the offensive center out of Georgia. Carrie Vincent, the bonus, the steal of the draft for us, the cornerback out of LSU in the 6th. And we got Des Fitzpatrick, the hero of the Senior Bowl out of Louisville at pick 217. And we gained ourselves a Houston 7th, but that's not real because that's the pick I traded to get them to take, our 2 picks away and make this trade for tonight. So just to get you guys back, I'll show you one more thing here. This is what we did. So we did this. I want to just remind you of our trade real quick. Here we go. So this is what we traded today. So don't forget, as a part of this draft, we got ourselves a nice little quarterback named Deshaun Watson. For the right to use his services, we traded the 2nd overall pick and our 2nd round pick this year. We also gave them a 1st in the next 2 drafts. Then we went ahead and traded Sam Darnold to the Washington football team, which had pick 18, and we gave them Sam Darnold and a 3rd round pick this year. Pick 86 it was. So all in all, not too bad. Let me get our draft back. I just wanted to show you that. So here it is. Guys, what are your thoughts? How do you think we did? This is a pretty damn good draft, everybody. Let me see here. There it is. Any issues? Any regrets?
Who would be the best?
Wait, go on.
I think we're looking at a B+ draft here, brother.
Ooh, B plus.
I agree. I think so.
Let me see. I'm thinking A. I'm
Well,
thinking A, and I'll
I
tell
can't.
you why.
Go
I'll
ahead.
tell you why. Because we, at pick number 2, the second overall pick, all we really did was take a quarterback with the second overall pick and trade a second to do that. Next year is next year. Remember, a bird in the hand. So we got Deshaun Watson, Wyatt Davis, Rashad Bateman, Kenneth Gainwell,
Yep.
all for Des Fitzpatrick. Oh, and Trey Hill, all for our offense to go with Denzel Mims, LaMichael Pirine, McGovern, Herndon. So I think we did some really good things for our offense. And when you look at our defense, we added the first legitimate edge rusher that we've had since John Abraham. Not to say he will be John Abraham, but this is the first premium capital that we used on an edge rusher in 15 years, 20 years, really. Usually it's defensive tackles. I don't count Quentin Copels. But we also got a very good starting cornerback from Stanford, and we backed it up with Kerry Vincent. So we did some good stuff today. B plus, I would take. I would lean toward A minus. What are you guys thinking? What's your draft grade, guys? Yeah, right, Greg. It tells us how important it is to trade down for picks. Yeah, Parker Dugan. I like Amari Rodgers as well. Curly, thank you. I agree. It was fun. Good draft, Kyle Donkersloot. Hey, man, you are welcome anytime, Mr. Donkersloot. I want you to know that. As a matter of fact, with that name, you could let me know if you want to come over. We'll make you wings or something. We'll have dinner.
We'll fly to Germany. We'll do Oktoberfest next year.
There you go. There you go. So Lou Chandler would have gone edge or cornerback at 23. So we went wide receiver. Okay. I forget, let me let's do this for a second. I want to take a look at something so we could just see who went around that time. So, is it not going to give me there we go. So at 23, who was still there? Let's see. Who was the cornerbacks that were still there? Melifonwu, who I have not looked in. I don't know if I've ever heard that name before. That's crazy. Who was the other cornerbacks? Who's the next cornerback taken? Asante Samuel was still there. So hey, man, you have an argument for that. Jabril Cox was still there. Nick Bolton was still. I mean, the Freiermuth. I could have definitely made a case for Freiermuth over Bateman.
For sure.
I think it's a great pick, but Vera Tucker. Well, we just got that edge. Guard. Rousseau. No, he just went. So yeah, man. But I think out of the group that's there, when you look at Samuel, Jabril Cox, and all those guys, Bateman is probably a steal in that group, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts, guys?
You want to hear something really hilarious, GreenBean?
Yeah.
So you know the guy that ran on the field last night?
Yeah, with the thong? That guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, it just came out that he made $1,000 bet that somebody would run onto the field.
Oh, no way.
And there were astronomical odds. He put $1,000 bet on. He's getting out of jail, and he made $350K.
Oh my God! He's like, yeah, dude. That's crazy that they'll actually pay him, because it can't. That's interesting that it could be him.
Well, is there any stipulations?
I guess not.
You know what I mean? I just thought that was hilarious. I just got a message from my fantasy football group, and they are laughing their asses off at that.
That's pretty funny. So Garrett Van Wagner, Kadarius Toney was there at 23. Well, listen, no, you know what? I can't really do that, because this draft went differently than the draft. Don't forget, I ruined our original draft. I appreciate you guys. Well, I think Kadarius Toney went earlier in that other draft. Remember?
He did.
So this one,
he was an opportunity.
Right. This one, he was around. So Anyway, but that's a funny story, man. I didn't know that. That's incredible about that guy running on the field.
I mean, I'll do a night in jail if it means I'm going to get $350K coming out.
I know
What,
Derek F
you'll
says,
get some community service. You're not going to go to prison. You'll get some community service. You'll probably be banned from the stadium for a couple of years, whatever.
yeah, whatever. But I don't
And
know. Derek F says there's no way he's seeing that money. I have to agree, unless it's like a legal channel. Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know where he made the bet, like a sports book,
I
or if
don't
he
either.
went with it.
I don't either. That's just the report coming out of Tampa. So
That's interesting. Armand, I really like you, dude. Armand says you didn't mess up. Your computer glitched out. And I appreciate that. My brand new $3,800 computer glitched. And but I appreciate the umbrella, the parachute, man. Thank you. So he got a trespassing charge. That's it. So Steve O'Booze agrees. He doesn't think he'll get the money, but only in Florida.
I don't
Exactly.
know.
That
I don't think
was just Florida man. That's all he was.
I don't think there's
Florida
a precedent. I don't think there's a precedent for him not getting it. I mean, if you show me the bet, if I could look at the bet and see the stipulations of the bet.
Right.
I mean,
there's always some fine print if you're doing it legally. Always, like you cannot affect
100%.
the bet. There's probably something in there like you can't
There
affect
probably
it.
is. But and you guys are probably right. He probably wouldn't see it because of something like that. But I just think it's hilarious.
I love the story. I love the story that he took it into his own hands. It's like, no,
he's
dude,
like,
I'm winning.
Nobody's running out there, man. I got to take care of this myself. Got to do everything myself.
That's great. Yeah, Garrett has a good joke. The guy got closer to the end zone than the Chiefs did all night. Let's talk about that for a split second, and then we'll get out of here. How surprisingly bad was that Super Bowl, man? That was terrible. I couldn't believe how ineffective the Chiefs' offense was. I know Mahomes had the ankle issue. I know that his starting tackle was out. I mean, I know they had issues, but still, the fact that they couldn't do not one touchdown.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill was still there. Kelsey was still there. Mahomes was still there. Edwards-Helaire was still there.
Right. Kelsey had a tough night, man. A couple drops. He was but I don't know, man. Like you said, the passes didn't, there was a lot of iffy stuff. This Tom Brady thing is real. I want you to know that. Like, they allow his offensive linemen to hold. They protect Tom Brady. They always give him the benefit of the doubt. They know that it's a story, and they the end protects him, and that's the way that it is, and it's unfair. The good news is he's out of our fucking division. If this guy's gonna play 5 more years, at least it's down there in the NFC South. Get out of here, man.
We also play the Buccaneers this year, though. So
yeah, probably. I was just gonna ask that. When do we play them? Probably next year. Good.
I believe it's a home game.
Yeah, it's funny. Edward Zip says Darnold would have played better. He's used to running for his life. Yeah, Mahomes isn't. It's a funny, people were bringing up there. A lot of the discussion today, Jimmy, they were talking about, look at Sam Darnold's experience over the past 2 years. He was literally running for his life, and he looks like a subpar quarterback. Last night, you saw Mahomes, one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league, running for his life, and you saw how ineffective he was last night. He was way off of his normal game. So there's a case to be made that what we've seen from Sam Darnold has been a derivative of his situation 100%. So I don't know. It's interesting. Anyway, yeah, that's an interesting argument that I've heard quite a few times today.
There is an argument, however, but this is what you have to remember, okay? And this is what I've been telling everybody here. So my issue with Darnold, I never have claimed that the Jets did him any favors, right? I'll never back up. I won't say his name. I won't say the former coach's name. But I'll never say that he did him any favors. I'll never say that he was the right guy for the job to teach Sam Darnold. But what I will say is Sam Darnold came from USC, which the Pac-12 is a fairly weak conference compared to, like the SEC and Big 12. Those guys.
Right.
He comes from a weak conference. USC is stacked. They're a powerhouse team. They have good coaching. And he still has the same mechanical issues that he had in college. He still throws flat-footed. He doesn't step into his throws, which means he underthrows the deep ball and he sails the intermediate pass. He still stares down routes. He still can't check a safety off of coverage. He can't go through his progressions fast enough. Like, these are things that at the end of the day, he's a quarterback and he needs to be able to handle this type of stuff. Realistically, coaching should help. Don't get me wrong. Coaching should be there to point this stuff out and fix it. But he's still the one throwing the ball. And he played 27 games in college and he turned the ball over 37 times. And he's got 38 games in the NFL with 59 turnovers, guys. It's just, he can be good, but he's got to go somewhere where he can sit for a year or two and just learn the position.
I think that's the thing. And I think Washington would be a good place for him because he could sit behind Alex Smith for a year.
Absolutely.
And just be, I think if Sam goes somewhere and gets real coaching, like actual time and attention, and doesn't have to weather the onslaught of being a starting quarterback, he's young. He can come out of this because he has a lot of raw ability. But I agree, man. I think the case, like I said, it can be made. But like a lot of people are saying in the chat as well, Sam regressed past where it was blamable about the team. But the thing is that you can say, well, he's damaged. Like, that's like, you would see him. There was a numerous breakdowns that I watched where he would leave the pocket, perfect pocket, and he would leave because he's feeling phantom pressure because he's so used to getting killed. So I just think that with a new regime, really a new GM. He just got the keys to the kingdom. You got Saleh and his whole regime. It's clean. Just move on, start fresh, and wish Sam well. I think that's probably.
And I do wish him well. I have no hate for Sam Darnold whatsoever. I love the kid. Because of the things I mentioned, he wasn't my choice for the draft. But once he was in green, once he signed that contract, I was all in. I was like, all right, man, get us to the promised land. Let's do this. So I have no hate towards Sam Darnold at all. This is just an objective look at the things that he needs to fix. And I just don't see, like you just pointed out, new coach, new GM. There's no way they're hanging these vital decisions on the direction of this franchise. There's no way they're hanging it on a quarterback that has been regressing and they didn't draft him.
Right.
So,
yeah. I think that's a good point, man. And they're saying in the chat, you need to stop making so much sense, Jimmy. And let's see, there was another comment. Well, if Deshaun Watson goes to Washington, I think really one of the main trading partners for the Jets and Sam Darnold are the Saints. I think that's a really realistic one. And I could also see the Steelers getting in on it, man, and letting them sit behind Ben. I mean, Sam had a lot of comparisons to Big Ben and his ability to slip pressure and all those kinds of things. And I think it would be a good spot. Pittsburgh is notorious. They're known for developing players, and that's their gig. And they've done it for 40 years. They just know what they're doing, and it would be good. I'd like to see him get some development. Sam Darnold has never had a quarterback coach in the NFL. Even Jeremy Bates under Todd Bowles decided not to hire a quarterback coach. He was the quarterback coach. So we always had these guys come in with Sam Darnold who thought they wanted to be the guy to work with him. And obviously Gase, it was a complete failure because even his offensive coordinator was a fraud. It was just such bullshit. So I feel for him. But I think, unfortunately, it's probably time just to move on.
Yeah, get him out of the New York market. Get him into a small market where he can learn the position and he can sit and become what he should be. You know what I mean? But I think Indianapolis is probably a good spot that he could go.
Yeah, another one.
They have the coaching and the development stature that they could actually put Sam Darnold probably through one full training camp and actually make him into a decent quarterback in year one with them.
Yeah. You got Frank Reich over there, man.
I don't think that you're going to see Deshaun Watson. The Houston Texans have limited themselves because of all this bluster about their reporters saying that we want 4 first-round picks. First of all, you can only go out 3 years. So I can't give you 4 first-round picks, so one each of the next 4 years. The NFL doesn't allow that. So there's not many teams with the draft capital to make it work right now for Deshaun Watson, and no one has the number 2 pick but us. So that's essentially the feather in the cap right there, is the number 2 pick. If Deshaun Watson's going anywhere, he's going to come to here.
Right. I agree, man. And that's all if, if the Texans want to get crazy and start asking for ridiculous amounts of capital, then we just tell them to pound salt and just keep your miserable situation.
I'll draft
and
Zach
if somebody
Wilson.
else, that's right. Or, like, honestly, I'm about to do a breakdown, like a deep dive into all the quarterbacks to compare every single one and see who realistically, and then Joe Douglas's tendencies over the years with all the teams that he's been on, what kind of quarterbacks they've liked, even the reserves and the backups and all that sort of stuff. I want to see realistically which guys Joe Douglas is going to be more inclined to take. And I have a sneaking suspicion that Mac Jones is higher on the list than people think. So if you're looking at Mac Jones versus Wilson, then it might be a pretty good idea. Like if they're close in your tier, if you're in your grouping, if you have Mac Jones and Wilson close, dude, trading down from 2 a couple spots and grabbing Mac Jones later might be the order of the day. You trade back with the Dolphins or something, or Cincy, and let them take Sewell. And then you trade down to Carolina, let them take Wilson, and then you grab Mac Jones after you got three more firsts. You know what I mean?
I think I totally agree. I think if they're close on Joe Douglas's radar, if they're close for what he considered skill-wise, then I think it's going to come down to character. Joe Douglas is a big character guy. So I think I'm not knocking Mac Jones, or anything like that, but I mean, you got Zach Wilson coming out of BYU, the Mormon school. The kid's got character. He's a good kid. So I think that's going to resonate a little bit more.
I don't disagree, man. So that's I'm looking forward to getting into that vid for you guys. And I'm honestly be real straight with you. I'm looking forward to it for myself. I mean, I like doing this stuff.
I want to watch it.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. So, guys, I think we're right about at that time where it's a good idea to wrap this up. I do want to thank all of you guys for being in here. It's just such a great time for me, and I appreciate it, man. It's like Jimmy was saying earlier, I look forward to this. I love, now that I have the ability to put out the polls and hear what you guys are really thinking. I like being able to provide you guys with what you want to see, and then being able to dig into it and try to make that as fun as I can. And it's just the best. So I appreciate you being here. Jimmy, I'm really enjoying you being a part of this, and I thank you for being here. Why don't you tell everybody a couple plugs, what you got going on?
And I want to thank you, GreenBean, for this opportunity. Like I said, I'm usually really hesitant about reaching out to people because I don't want to seem like, I don't want to seem pushy or anything like that. But when I see your guys' videos, when I see your videos, Ryan's, Matt O'Leary's, I just, and I'm sure chat can agree with me. Like, you guys are some people that I know that I can just sit down. I can sit down at a bar and have a beer and talk football with you. And that's what I look for in doing stuff like this, So I greatly appreciate you having me on, and chat. Thank you for all the love and the comments. I do appreciate all of you guys as well. You can find me at Jets by Jimmy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I do my video game streams where we talk football and stuff like that. A lot of what we do right here, we talk football with my buddies, and among other things, we go all in on my video game streams. But you can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/C/Asylum Reaper. So yeah, those are my things, and I'll have a New York Jets YouTube channel coming up here shortly, probably within the next couple months. I gotta square some things away, but so I'll be bringing the content to YouTube as well. So I just thank you guys in the chat. Thank you all again for hanging out with us, and thank you for being so welcoming to me. I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, man. And, if you guys check
Oh,
out the
weapons hot.
Weapons Hot show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Weapons Hot. Yeah, I want to make sure you got that in. Weapons Hot at the
CJ's gonna
sport.
yell at me again.
I know. The World Radio, say, what is it? The World
It's the
Sports
Worldwide
Radio?
Sports Radio Network, and if you can download the app, it's available in all the app stores, Apple, Android. It's free to download, and you get nationwide sports. You get all live video, like podcast style. We don't like to call ourselves podcast. We like to call ourselves Live Video Sports Network. But yeah, download the app. It's free, and you get a bunch of different sports, a bunch of different teams nationwide too. We have people down in San Diego. We got them in Cincinnati. I mean, obviously you guys are Jets fans, but we got it all over, man.
Yeah, and that's awesome. But I want to make an announcement before everybody leaves. Greg Tarr just became my first super chat ever. So, Greg,
Hey,
yeah, man, thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate it. Really, I just passed that threshold to be able to have that as a part of our experience here. And Greg, I really appreciate it. I'm glad it was you. Greg's been around supporting me from the very beginning. So anyway, thank you, Greg. I appreciate it so much, man. It means the world to me. And you guys are just the best. But with that, we are going to wrap this up. Thanks again, chat. I love you guys. My podcast is out right now. I released it this morning, episode 8. I dig into Alan Faneca and obviously the Super Bowl and all that, and a lot of other things about the rumors going on right now. So, yeah, man, check it out. It's on YouTube right here, GreenBean Jetsfan. Also, you can find my full-time coaster tour. I just put up a video there, my review and my experience at Legoland, Florida. And that's at Full-Time Coaster Tour on YouTube. So just YouTube Full-Time Coaster Tour. Go on there. If you want to give me a sub there, that would also be greatly appreciated. That's what I'm doing out here. I'm riding around, taking my kids on every roller coaster in the country. So again, guys, you are the best. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. I'll leave you with a clip from this new podcast episode, and have a great night.
He was a failure. He was a monumental failure. The first year, 2015, we signed Revis back. We got Marcus Gilchrist and Buster Screen and Antonio Cromartie. We drafted Leo. And we had Wilkerson and Sheldon Richardson and Snacks Harrison and all these guys. Right? So we had a good year. We brought in Brandon Marshall. We had Eric Decker. Oh, man. Fitzpatrick. And the magic of all that got us a pretty good year. But as is standard for us, we ended up losing in the last game to Rex Ryan's Buffalo Bills. Little, yay, take that, Jets fans. Like, that's how it goes, right?